as the title suggests, I want to discuss how you become resilient. How do you build resiliency to something? Growing up, playing baseball was my thing, right? Baseball is still a passion of mine. I love watching it, engaging in conversation about it, all kinds of things. Well, I was a catcher. Since the age of 5, I never played any other position except catcher. Well, actually, no, my junior college coach tried to make me a shortstop. That lasted one game after I booted a routine ground ball that lost us the game. So I went right back to catcher. But anyway, growing up, I was a catcher, but I was afraid of balls that bounced in the dirt. Okay? I had a fear of getting hit with the baseball when it bounced. And so I had to work to overcome that. How'd I do that? I started having my coaches throw balls in the dirt while I was just sitting in a blocking position and letting the balls hit me. I was becoming comfortable with a ball bouncing and hitting me in the equipment that's designed to protect me. And I did that from the age of 5 until I finished my career in baseball at the age of 24. Every day, showing up, putting on the gear, sitting in the blocking position and have somebody bounce balls off of my body. So I eventually became resilient to a ball hitting my body as a catcher. What did all that work lead to? Well, I don't mention this very often, but it's good in this context, is it led to me eventually signing a professional contract with the New York Yankees organization. And they didn't sign me for my offensive ability. You know what I'm saying? So resiliency, or becoming resilient, is all about showing up every day. Part of the reason why I'm continuing to do these live videos each and every day is because on Monday I shared how much I dislike doing these videos. I shared how much it triggers that within me that makes me fear what other people think, right? And eventually diminishes my true self, diminishes my ability to show up authentically for those that I want to help. And so I am building my own resiliency to doing live videos by doing what? Showing up and doing more live videos. And eventually that anxiety and fear within me will start to diminish because I'm becoming more comfortable with doing this on a daily basis. So how do you become resilient emotionally? That's a little bit more difficult. Emotional resiliency requires you to show up, but it requires you to show up in a different way. It requires that you show up and share that which you are scared to share, okay, emotionally. In other words, it requires vulnerability. And that's a big key word right now on the whole Facebook and marketing and all this stuff is like, oh, show vulnerability. And I'm not talking about showing up and just pouring out all your emotional baggage on a social media platform. That would be dangerous. To be truly vulnerable and to show up emotionally and become resilient emotionally, especially with shame, is that you have to share that shame, that which you are ashamed of, with people who are safe and that you trust, and get that shame accepted and loved on. Okay? So no different than me showing up day in, day out from the age of 5 until the age of 24, blocking baseballs to become resilient to a ball hitting me in my body to the point where I could comfortably block a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from a professional pitcher. The emotional side of that is going to a safe place, safe people, and being vulnerable and sharing that which you're ashamed of so that you can get that loved and accepted. It's about showing up. That's how we build resiliency. That's how you become resilient. That's how I become resilient. And that's why I'm doing these live videos on a daily basis, because it's helping build resiliency for me and getting comfortable with the idea that others out there might not agree with my opinions or my thoughts. And that's okay too, because my thoughts are my thoughts. They're not yours. And that's perfectly okay.